Well, Streetwise, it's time to arrest some Decepticons. Whoa, man! You gotta chill out! Decepticons have feelings too! And who, may I ask, are you? It doesn't matter, we're all beautiful people, man! Just like the Decepticons. They just want to roam freely, man! You gotta make a choice! Wait, are you a Decepticon? Why we gotta put labels on us, man? Were you cops? Oh, wait. Hello guys, I'm the Canadia Reviewer. Fun fact, I almost took this guy as Hugh Jackman until I realized he's made out of plastic and his sideburns are blue. Anyways, this is Transformers Robots in Disguise, Steeljaw. So this is the Hugh Jackman approved Steeljaw in his alt mode, and as you can see he transforms into a car which has a very nice sharp shape to it, and I gotta say it does remind me of a wolf head, which is very good for his theme. This pouncing prowler is in a nice metallic blue color. It's a pearl blue, and it also contains black, orange, red, and a pearl gray inside there. Also, you can see a Decepticon logo on the front of the bumper. While it does not contain silver rims, I gotta say, this figure does not need those silver rims. There's a lot of toys where I gotta say, I would have preferred it if they had painted rims, but this is not one of them. The grille painted in black is a very nice touch, and I gotta say, I really do approve this. It's just dark and very brooding. It also even looks like it's got a couple of fangs, which once again fits its theme. Weapon storage is kinda lame, but it doesn't actually ruin the look of the figure. I gotta say, it's better without the weapon on top of there, but because the weapon is so small and doesn't really do much to the alt mode, it doesn't ruin it. Plus how it's designed and where it's placed, it actually kind of fits with the alt mode. From the underside you can see a lot of kibble, but other than that, you go around this and you don't see a lot of kibble going on except for the tail in the back, which hides itself quite well, and the pearl gray on the bottom there. Zoom zoom zoom! I gotta say, I really do like the look of this, and I'm so thankful that, judging by his character on the show, that he doesn't transform into a hippie van. Let's go ahead and go to robot mode. While there isn't that many steps to the transformation, you can get stuck and jammed at a couple of points. All you need is a little bit of patience. So here's Steeljaw in his robot mode, and I gotta say, I want to see this painted in red and named Foxy. While I do love the alt mode, I gotta say the robot mode has a mess of problems that we will get through. Overall, I really do like the look of him. I think for display purposes, I like the style of him. Take a look at that head. I mean, God, Hugh Jackman got really into his role. Let's talk about some unfortunate things. Okay, the arm articulation. Yeah, I don't like the fact that that joint is so high up. But due to transformation, I totally understand it. Also, I really do not like this gray piece. This joint is really tight, and this piece is very thin, so I have a feeling that that will break at some point. I did some modifications. I actually sanded down inside this slider so that the arm can launch down much easier. Plus also I shaved the teeth of that gear because I've heard a lot of reports on this piece breaking. You see how thin that plastic is? That really does worry me. So I highly recommend that you sand down the gear onto here. Just enough to where it still kinda holds in place, but it doesn't like get stuck or anything like that. If you're not going to do the modification, then you gotta pull down the arm all the way before moving it, because you could potentially break it. So don't just swing it around, you gotta be careful with this joint. When you attach the weapon to this side, it has a little handguard, so it doesn't really show the hand. Unfortunate for this side, because the peg is shown at the bottom, but it's meant for this side. I'm pretty sure this weapon is built out of adamantium. If you don't get that reference, you need to watch movies. Oh, and if you thought that was all the complaints on this toy, you haven't even taken a look at the legs. The hip joints are incredibly loose, which on some Transformers, it's not that big of a deal, but on this guy, it is for a couple of reasons. Number one, he does not have heels on this guy, so you have to use the tail to stand him up. And also the design of the legs, you kind of have to have it in a weird angle. It just doesn't work out too well, and you get this guy in a pose, and he's probably just going to fall over. And that's a sexy pose. Fortunately, what I've learned is you can squeeze the legs between the tail, and that will get him to stand up. If you're someone who can tighten ball joints, then you're going to have a wild ride with this guy. Oh, and if you think that's the worst thing, I have reason to believe that this guy might have rabies. I could be wrong about that. Not only that, these joints are a little bit loose. Like, they won't flop around constantly. Like, I'm swinging this guy around and they won't just fold out of place. But they're not the tightest of joints. It's not the biggest complaint of this toy. It's just something to really look out for. Stop! I'm fabulous. It's got quite a bit of back kibble, but it's not really that concerning. One unfortunate downfall, I'm starting to see stress marks on this guy. With so many complaints on this guy, I almost blame him for X-Men Origins Wolverine. Despite my complaints about this guy, he's got a very nice look and a very nice style. I really do like the design of this guy. Some of the Decepticon designs from robots in disguise I'm not a huge fan of. I don't hate them, and I totally see what they're going for, but I'm not a big fan of them. I gotta say, this guy really does pull off the wolf theme quite well. If you hate the game sticker thing, well, that's gonna be bad for you. With all that said, let's go to my overall review. So overall, do I recommend Transformers Robots in Disguise Steeljaw? I would say probably not, but at the same time I enjoy this figure, and it comes down to this. If you like the figure, and you're not bothered by any of the complaints, then I would say I would consider it. However, there are a lot of other figures out there that are better. Anyways, that is pretty much it. I thank you guys for watching. I'm the Canadia Reviewer. I'm going to eat some bacon.